hallelujah, hallelujah.
Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Brendan Young with Odyssey Trek Channel, and holy crap, there's been a lot of hype for this game. So Monster Energy Supercross, the official video game. If you're in the motocross, supercross world, you've been waiting for this game for a pretty long time. They first announced it back in October of 2017, I believe. And slowly, as the time's been going on, they've been showing us more and more things that we've been really excited about to see, but we didn't know if some things were going to be good or bad or whatever, but now we know. Personally, I'm a huge Supercross fan. I go down to St. Louis for the St. Louis Supercross almost every year, and it's an awesome event. It's an awesome thing. It's such a spectator sport because they have them in these stadiums, and everybody's able to just be around them, enjoy the atmosphere. If you enjoy motorsports in general, you're really going to enjoy Supercross, motocross, everything about it. Beside the game, Supercross is an awesome thing that if you're not familiar with it, you really should be if you like motorsports or like that kind of thing. So anyway, back to the game. This game has been hyped up so much, and I was hoping as we got closer and closer that it was going to be able to deliver. And I can safely say at this point, after playing the game for a couple days, that it has definitely delivered. So let's start off by talking about the good things about this game. First off, this game completely delivered on almost every level. Everything that you saw leading up to the game, the track editor, the customization, the stadiums, the graphics, everything. I can assure you that this game has definitely led up to the hype. So let's first talk about the track editor. The track editor is exactly what we all expected, the ability and the freedom to do nearly anything you want on that track. The ability to be able to create it, edit it, share with friends, race other people's tracks online, all of that. It's all there. You're able to recreate anything you want, create anything from your imagination that you like in almost any form. It is rather time consuming because if you screw up and you have to go back, it's tough to make changes, and sometimes it can get a little glitchy in what you do. But other than that, it's really amazing, and I've had a lot of fun with it so far. Next, let's talk about the customization. The customization is something that we all want in Supercross. Those riders out there every week have got these sweet kits on, these sweet helmets, goggles, whatever they have on, that we want to be able to be like, oh, I'd rather have that jersey with that helmet or those goggles, whatever. In this game, you have complete and full control over what your rider and your bike look like. The rider category is broken down to several things. You're able to choose from your suit, goggles, helmet, boots, everything about it. Something I do think that they left out was ability to change gloves. I think that gets changed with the suit. But other than that, it was super awesome. I love it a lot. And the bikes have got the more customization than anything else I feel like in the game. You're able to go all the way down to changing the colors of the foot pegs, your brake lever and clutch levers. Everything about the bike can be modified in some way, shape, or form, and it really brings you into the game because you can make everything your own. And of course the graphics. The graphics we are all super excited about. We've never been able to really see a Supercross, motocross game on this kind of graphic level. They use the Unreal graphics engine, which is a very popular engine used these days for games. I was a little worried about how they were going to use the Unreal engine with the game, but it really turned out well, and I was happy with how the bikes look on the track, how the tracks look, how different tracks look. They aren't all the same looking dirt. When you're in Toronto, it's a lot different than when you're in Georgia. Obviously, you're going to have that difference. Now, the next thing I like about this game is multiple configurations and outfits for your rider and bike. That's something I don't really remember having in any like the MX versus ATV games or anything. The ability to have 4 different categories of bikes, the ability to be able to race a Honda with that configuration that you wanted, or that KTM with that configuration you wanted because you want to race certain ones with your friends, and sometimes you want to race certain ones just on your own, and that is awesome. And of course, the same goes for your rider. You're able to have different kits that can match your bikes if you want, or just different kits that, you don't want to always race at the same thing, but you don't want to go through and change all the customization back. You just quick pick that other outfit that you want, and it's really helpful out on the track. The bike control takes some getting used to. We were all worried about the physics in this game. Whenever we saw the first gameplay, we were worried because the guy looked very stagnant. He wasn't able to move a lot, and we were wondering, well, are we going to be able to pull a whip or be able to pump off jumps or whatever you want. And so people were very worried about that. And the ability to change the physics is in the game from normal to assisted. So if you aren't comfortable with leaning the rider that's already there, you're able to really control that rider out on the track, be able to get around fastest laps possible. Now, of course, not every game is perfect. So let's talk about some of the bad things that were in this game. First of all being the loading times. Wow, the loading times are kind of ridiculous, and I don't know, I only have an Xbox One, I don't have an Xbox One X, I don't know if that makes any difference, I don't really remember the internals on them, but the loading times are pretty ridiculous. If you're waiting to load up just to go to Detroit for a single event, single player, not in your career or anything like that, you'll be waiting a solid 2-3 minutes for that game to load up. In my opinion, I think the loading times are worth it. It's a lot to load up. The stadiums look really good, the tracks look really good, the riders look really good, so you just have to kind of bear with it for now. Hopefully they can optimize that in future updates. Also, the jumps need to be adjusted on some of the tracks. The takeoffs are really not as peaked as they should be. Some of the landings are a little more mellow than they should be. You got to really have that ability to take off those jumps, otherwise you're not going to make those triples. So far I've only really been racing with the 250 class. I like the 250s to handle a little bit better than the 450s. Those 450s have a lot of power and the 250s just don't, and sometimes it feels like the tracks are tailored a little bit towards the 450s rather than the 250s, but things can change and you can make your own track. So if you aren't liking the tracks that they gave you, make your own track. This is more just nitpicking, but the facial customization for your rider, you only get to choose from 10 different preset looks for your rider, and that just wasn't enough for me. I feel like with the graphics engine they're working with, you should be able to come in and change almost every aspect of your rider, but it's all good. I found one, it works. The career progression is really, really fast. I raced 2 career races in 250 class and I was already like a level 27 or something like that. And I was like, wow, okay. And with that, everything was already unlocked. So right out of the box, you have a lot unlocked, and that's okay. But I kind of like the feeling of earning certain things, being able to unlock certain things. But the only thing I really unlocked while going through the career is the sponsorships for the bike. And that's okay, but it really, really went by fast. Lastly, for the bad parts of this game, there is no split screen. This is a game that you want to sit down with friends at a party or before an actual Supercross game with your friends and be able to play Supercross on the same console. You don't want to have to just play through Xbox Live or just watch one other person play the game. So I was a little mad that they didn't do split screen for this game, but it's going to be okay. I think we're all going to get over it. So those are my thoughts on Monster Energy Supercross, the official video game. If you guys have any comments, please let me know down below. I want to know what you thought about this game. I was super hyped for this game, and I feel like it delivered really, really well. If you like this video, drop a like down below. Share not only my content on YouTube, but all YouTubers' content. We're all out here trying to make awesome things on YouTube for the people to watch, and I am happy to be a part of it. Don't forget to subscribe for more awesome content.